October 25th, 2025. In the icy heart of the Canadian Rockies, the team from Voyager Overland returned to a remote valley near the Alberta-British Columbia border, guided by a map handed to them by a stranger at a gas station. His final words: "You'll see more this time."
So I'm filling up at the gas station last winter, and this guy comes up to me and he says, "You're Voyager Overland, aren't you?" And he tells me, "Hey, I saw your video last fall and I recognized where you were." And I read the comments as well, he says. People are saying it's Bigfoot or Sasquatch or somebody looking to steal your stuff, or the military with special suits and whatever. Well, he tells me that him and his dad used to hunt in that area, and he knows exactly where we were, and he saw exactly what we saw. And he says, if you want, I'll give you directions if you want to go see something even more spooky.
After a brutal off-road journey, they reached the ruins of a burned-down trapper's cabin. Only the blackened chimney remained.
Following the cut line along the lake, and then we get to that T, and then we can take the trailhead.
Okay.
But
it's just a long route, that's all.
It is, just a long way around. No big deal. No big deal. Okay, so no big deal. Just a little further down the road to where we cross the river and we're in. I got a feeling I want to get there in the dark though.
They set up camp, checked their gear, and placed motion sensor cameras. By nightfall, the forest fell disturbingly silent. No wind, no birds, just stillness. Watching.
And let me fill you in on what that guy told me at the gas station. So that detour set us back a little bit. It was about a 2-hour detour in the dark, kind of interesting. And we pull into camp and oh my God, is it dark. So this guy at that gas station tells me he knows what we saw. So I bought him a coffee and he told us a story. Apparently him and his dad used to hunt in this area, and well, they've had some strange occurrences, if you will. And he's telling me they kind of refuse to come this way anymore. So he tells me the story that his dad told him, actually, that back in the 50s or the 60s, he wasn't too sure, there was a trapper or a prospector that was...
At dawn, a thin line of smoke twisted out of the chimney, though no fire burned. When they approached, the smell of wood smoke hung thick in the air, but the cabin was empty. Then came the footsteps, heavy, close. Something growled from the trees. They bolted.
This unfolded while we slept, but we weren't ready.
Back home, the footage was corrupted, except for one clip. A dark figure flickering between trees, barely visible, but real. Something gruesome happened there. The energy still haunts that spot. That's how houses get haunted. A campsite would be no different. August 21st, 2024. Somewhere along a narrow country road in the UK, Claire from the channel Wild Bear set out for a solo stealth camp.
Small tarps and pegs, paracord and guy lines. I bought my trekking poles and some green camo netting. My thinking was that all the ferns are out and it's going to be really green, but the ferns actually are a bit sparse here by the road, so my brown camo probably would have been a better bet, but we've got green, we're going to have to work with that. I was going to initially run it off of this tree here, and then I found a red ant's nest right down there, so I'm going to put the shelter here.
Just her, a tarp, and the quiet woods. She chose a hidden spot near the tree line, close enough to hear traffic, but just far enough to disappear. 'Cause 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 '
I'll not lie, this is looking pretty because I bought the wrong colour camo netting. Should have bought the brown, and the more stuff I try and chuck on it, the heavier it gets and it collapses. But
she built her shelter low, weaving camo netting through the ferns. It wasn't perfect, too green, not enough cover, but it would have to do.
But it's better coverage than nothing. I think I'm gonna just keep chucking stuff on and hope for the best. I don't think I would be noticed by the cars going past, but I think I would be noticed.
Then, just as she knelt to finish setting up, headlights cut through the trees. A car, no lay-by, no reason to stop. She dropped behind a trunk, holding her breath.
Next to a road. And it's funny because I actually came out to film a camp yesterday, not doing this, doing something different with a big tarp over in the middle of the woods, nothing stealthy or anything. But I had a really weird feeling when I turned up. I just felt really on edge and strange, and it just didn't feel right. So I went home, and that happens probably 1 or 2 in every 10 attempts I have at either.
That was only the beginning. Over the next few hours, 4 different cars stopped in the same spot. Doors opened. People emerged.
Just had a bit of a fright there. Someone just pulled up just over there, and I thought, oh my god, what's going on here? Then they got out, let a dog out the car, and just walked off in the opposite direction, so that's fine, it's just a dog walker, but I wasn't expecting that because it's not a road they should stop on. It's no lay-by or anything, and it's just quite a narrow road, so yeah, it gave me the heebie-jeebies a bit, but all is well, and I'm just going to keep a really low profile now, so. Hey, Monty. Over the next couple of hours between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m, 4 separate cars stopped in the same part of the road. All getting out, looking around the nearby trees with head torches and...
Torches scanned the woods. Low voices whispered. Dogs sniffed the brush close. Too close. Claire crouched motionless, her heart racing. Were they looking for someone or watching her? At 2 a.m. she slipped out, unseen. But that night didn't feel like luck. It felt like a warning.
It is tonight, I'm going. Likely it was nothing. I mean, here I was, sitting alone in the dark. Likely I was the only weirdo here, but nonetheless, the gut feeling told me to get out of there. I sat in silence, and each time a car would move off, I'd pack away in the dark before the next one arrived, and then I'd sit in silence again until eventually everything was back in my rucksack, and I quietly made my way back into the woods from where I'd come. Right, that's me packed up. Let's get out of here. Away from the road.
Fear's part of solo adventures. Your gut is your guide. Well done for paying attention. October 29th, 2025, Anchorage, Alaska. Gina from Tiny Nomad had planned a solo Halloween camp near the abandoned Igloo Hotel. But a blocked road forced her to reroute to a cemetery.
I'm on my way to Denali National Park, and I just pulled over to make myself some eggs. It's 15 degrees outside, so a bit uncomfortable, but we have guests. We have a guest at breakfast. How lovely.
A Russian Orthodox burial ground, famous for its brightly painted spirit houses. Small wooden shrines built to protect souls in the afterlife.
Very curious now though, because when I drove to Denali this morning, I saw a tractor trailer parked right in front of the igloo. So how did he get in here? I'll show you how it's blocked off. I'm not giving up just yet.
She parked near the chapel, snow crunching under tires, joking nervously as she set up. But when she began reading about the spirit houses out loud, the motion light on the church turned on. No wind, no movement, just a cold flash in the dark.
Been to one of these before, but they have the coolest, I shouldn't be saying cool, I'm like surrounded by a bunch of dead people right now. I'm not making this up right now, but there's a light in front of the church, and when you walk past the light, it turns on. I know, because I walked over there 2 times to look at the cemetery, and now I'm in my car, and it's flicked on 2 times. It's not windy outside.
It kept happening. Every time she said the word spirit, the light flared. By midnight, the blinking had become constant. Her breath fogged the windows as she retreated to her car. She gripped the wheel, eyes flicking to the pulsing light outside, feeling someone was near.
Do you think it's animals or wind, or do you think it's ghosts or spirits? Because this cemetery is haunted, and it's known. Oh my god, it just came. You guys, like this freaking light, it will not stop. What the heck? I guess I'm just gonna pull an all-nighter or something, so I can't sleep. Every tiny little noise is freaking.
It didn't stop until dawn. Just silence and a light that no longer blinked. The cemetery was still, but the message had been clear. Neat little houses where the dead folks live. October 26th, 2025. Inside the misty sprawl of Mount Hood National Forest, Oregon, Mr. Bubba and his partner searched for a place to spend the night. 2 sites were already taken, so they pushed deeper into the woods, guided by little more than instinct and hope. Just before turning back, they found it. A silent clearing by the river, hidden and perfect. They parked, made dinner, and turned in. As the van lights dimmed, the hush of the forest took over. Peaceful, but then too quiet.
Anything in front of that, but I did a great job picking a spot. Look at that. Mount Hood.
We reached Mount Hood and our stop for the night.
Their security camera activated, a flicker, then stillness. At the edge of the trees, something stood, a tall, unmoving silhouette, human-shaped. It vanished just as fast as it appeared.
The lights, our security cameras captured something very strange.
They did recover the remains of a woman 2 weeks ago off a Forest Service road close to Estacada. They believe she was killed recently.
The next day, local news broke. A woman's body had been found near a forest road in Estacada. less than an hour from their camp.
Law enforcement tells me somebody out here in Estacada found her body just off this Forest Service road back on September 1st. An autopsy led detectives to determine this was a homicide case.
Messy, huh? So, babe, how'd you like this place?
Great place to camp until you see a ghost.
Her death? Homicide. The silence from the night before now echoed with unease. In one of America's most mysterious forests, their camera caught something chilling. Something that didn't want to be seen, but was. May 7th, 2022. Jason and MJ from Endless Arving set off for a relaxing shakedown trip to the scenic Mullen-Dickerson Reservation in New Jersey.
We leave, but we're not going that long. It is our shakedown trip, which was supposed to happen last week. That's another video to come.
Yeah, we won't let you in on that one.
That was an interesting one.
We think everything's working right now. Well,
we're going to find out.
Yeah, we do a shakedown trip close to home just in case we need to come back home because something's not right. We're not that far away. The first one of 2022, we're really excited, and the day couldn't be more perfect.
It is. Bowser and Sierra are super excited too. They are ready to go. They love going to new places and having new sniffs.
A short getaway meant to test their motorhome systems before summer. Warm sun, clear skies, and 2 happy dogs. Everything was perfect.
Warmth. That was pretty good for a flat ball. Yeah, I think Bowser's wants to come out. Look at this weather. Woo.
The weather is so nice.
It's our first trip out, and then it's gonna rain tomorrow, but whatever.
Until it wasn't. A bird appeared. Alone, aggressive. It circled their RV and began slamming into the windows, over and over again. At first they joked about it. But as hours passed and the thuds continued, the laughter faded.
Basically, it's got probably 500 acres to fly around, but it's choosing our RV for some reason.
Maybe we should let
I don't know why.
Sierra and Bowser out too.
What do we do about this, guys?
So, I'm looking on Google, and I put, why do birds fly into windows?
It's back. Like, it knows.
Why? Well, this is what...
The bird wasn't confused. It was targeted. Every time Jason stepped outside, it vanished, only to return the moment he went back in. It circled, it dove. It struck the same spot repeatedly, like it was trying to get in.
And then we're going to read that.
Yeah,
we got to figure this out.
What's happening is I'm like chasing this bird, and it's just flying in a circle. So I got to
taunting you.
I got to flush it out of the area. Look, it's back. It's like a glutton for punishment. Well, it makes sense. Our windows are tinted and they're reflective.
Yeah.
Like, duh.
Could be it, but I don't know why I don't know. Maybe he thinks his attacker is over there and now he's got a...
I'm gonna chase this thing out.
So what's your plan? We have to help this poor bird out because he keeps
I tried to chase it. So I'm gonna kind of hang this over the driver's side window somehow. I don't know how. I might just put the toolbox and like hold it down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's so sad though because we just keep seeing this thing hit into the window.
I could easily take it out of his misery.
Babe.
Now we're gonna get comment.
Google said it might be attacking its reflection. So they hung a towel to block it. It worked. Briefly. Then it came back. One last hit, and it was gone.
It was your thing, because you Googled it, so...
Right. Google knows everything. Hope he gets the help it needs.
So we went the psychological way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see what else this weekend has in store for us. Why are we the only two up right now in the whole campground? Because it's what, 5:30?
Yeah, about that.
Well, look, here's the answer. They're not tired.
No, they're never tired.
And then what's even better is that they're going to go back and go absolutely insane inside the RV.
Yeah, that's when they start to tug.
They packed up uneasy, wondering if it had truly left, or if it was watching from the trees. I've had birds hit my windows too. They can die from it, you're lucky. That one wasn't just confused, it was fixated. August 10th, 2025. Natalie outdoors. And I ventured into Elmore Forest Park in Northern Ireland, planning nothing more than a quiet scouting walk for future campsites.
I am back in Elmore Forest Park. I tried to find the scene of the bike. If you watched my last video, found a bike in the woods.
But the night before, her young daughter told her a chilling story. A man in the forest who sneaks around, stuffs people into a black bag, and loads them into the back of a white van. Natalie laughed it off until she stepped beneath the trees alone.
What does that look like, an evil face in that tree? Ooh. This looks like another face. Like an octopus. So we've came off trail into the woods, haven't we, Winston? And the people walking past on the trail is scaring me. Van is not in these woods.
As she wandered off trail, the woods felt wrong. Faces seemed carved into the bark. Shadows shifted where there shouldn't be any. Even passing hikers made her tense. Then her foot plunged into a hidden hole. Deep, sudden, trapping her for a heartbeat. The forest felt alive around her.
My foot just sunk. Oh my God. Oh. My foot just sunk down that big hole. Yeah, that's where my foot was. And my daughter asked me last night where I was going today. That I was going to the forest. And she said, to see who? And I says, well, hopefully no one, or that would be creepy. And she said, there is a man in the forest. He sneaks about the woods, and if he sees someone, he puts them in a black bag and puts them into the back of a white van. I was like, sorry, what? And you're telling me this before I go to the woods?
She pushed on to revisit a strange find from a previous trip. A brand new bicycle hidden in the trees. But this time it was gone. No tracks, no trace. Just empty forest watching. Her daughter's words echoed louder now, a story she shouldn't have known, a warning she didn't understand, until the forest responded. Stay safe, girl.